Okay. Oh yeah. So here's another thing when it comes to selecting these faces. Well, let's just go through this whole thing. If we want to select vertexes, we select them here. If I want to select edges, I can shift. I mean, not shift. I can just double click and get a whole ring like this. And I can scale in and scale out. Um, if I hold down shift, I can get two rings, scale in, scale out. All right. Now, if I wanted to get this whole thing, well, I guess this would be like faces, getting these two edges, but you wouldn't do it like this. You wouldn't select these two and then try to manipulate this. What you would do is you would grab the whole ring of faces. So there's two ways to do it. Because I've been doing this for a while, I know kind of where I'm selecting. So I know that if I put it in face mode and I go like this with my box selection and I just let go, I already know I have all this and it's a clean selection, right? But sometimes you can do like this. You can try to grab all these. Let's see if I do it here. And you think you have them all? Yeah, and then you grab some extra ones, right? So I'll do that again just so you see. You saw me do it before. That's my pro expert. Oh, I messed up there. See? So you can easily mess up sometimes. So a way that you can get around that is to select one face, shift, tap, tap, and then you get the whole ring like that. So I'll do that again. You select one face, you go to the one next to it, and then you hold down shift, and then you left click, tap, tap, and then we get the whole thing. Face, shift, tap, tap, if you want to get that. And then from there, you know, you can manipulate this and change it into whatever weird shape you want it to be now. Okay. All right. So there's that. I think, yeah, that's nice. Oh, and you can also do this too. You can select one face, and then let's say I just want to select this face, this face, this face, this face, this face. Then I can just click that one, hold down shift, tap, tap, and it gives me all these right here. And then what I could do is Control E for extrude, and I can drag this out. Now, just so I'm telling you all, I mean, just so I know that you all are thinking about this, remember I said this can move kind of fast, right? This control. So what do you hold down to give it finer control?
Control.
Yeah, thank you. So control for more control. And also when you do this, here's something else, right? So when you use extrude, so let's say I'm extruding these right here, Control E. Oh, wait. Control E. See, I'm using that shortcut. I would, if I were you, I would, unless it's like really obvious, don't try to use this arrow. Like I'm using it now and it's like, all right, I guess, but it's, try not to use it if you can. Try to use just this. And if you do use arrow, you can only use it kind of like in this situation where you're like, all right, that makes sense. But try not to grab one of these other arrows. Because if you choose one of these other ones, things can get kind of wonky. Like that one's gonna get wonky. The green one's gonna get wonky. Only the one that's actually like moving along the normal, which would be that blue one you see, would be the best one. And also try not to grab the box too. So you see I'm grabbing that box and it's making it do weird stuff. It's always gonna do something weird like that. Some of these controllers I feel like they shouldn't even be in here, but they are. Um, The green one too, same thing. Don't use this because that's going to give you weird stuff. And this one is also going to give you weird stuff, right? And when it comes to this right here, so thickness is always good. Translate local Z can be a weirdo one, right? This one can do some weird things. Sometimes it can extrude along the normal, right? Sometimes it could do something else. I guess you just have to see it. But as far as it's looking right now, it's looking like extrude and this one are kind of doing the same thing now. So it's all good. Offset, I don't even remember what offset is in this. Oh, okay, offset is the scale of this face, right? So what do I mean by that? Offset is doing this. Right? Offset is basically going like this to the face. Oh, wait, something else. Ah, see? Since that was selected, it's giving me this control in between the two. So that's why it's important to know what you're looking at when you do this stuff. Sometimes you can accidentally choose something that just ain't right. Let me do it again. All right, so I'll choose this. So we're back to choosing normal, and I'll press 4 just to make sure. That's another thing for quality control sometimes. If you're making big selections or you're doing stuff like this and you don't know what you're choosing and you're choosing too many things. I'm holding down control to delete those faces I selected, by the way. But you want to go to 4 sometimes just to make sure you're not choosing something that you shouldn't be choosing. So like right now, I'll just go to this, go to that. See how I'm just big deselecting with this box? And I'm gonna press 4 just to make sure I see what I'm selecting. Awesome. All right, so I'll do Control E. I'm using my thickness. We see what offset did. It scaled that face. Now we have divisions. Now what divisions will do is add divisions along the extruded faces. So it's going to give me a ring, kind of like how these are rings, along this. So let's see what it looks like. You see now? So now I'm adding divisions onto that. And these divisions are other things that I can also extrude too. So you're seeing how it's starting to build? It's like we went from a sphere to this funky shape to this. And now if I wanted to, I can extrude from here. And the other last one is keep faces together. Oh, we'll see it in this. I didn't think we were going to see it on this one. But if I turn off of this, this means that this extruded every single face on its own, along its own normal, which is why it's split like that. And now we're seeing how it looks like that. So let's keep faces together. That kind of looks better when you deal with something like a gear, which I will make in a second. And lastly, there's repeat the tool. So if I select these 3 faces, and I do Control E. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamara. I didn't and see. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think when I start the meeting in, I think I'm just gonna wait for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes because I feel bad when I look over and I see somebody in the waiting room. So I apologize. Hope you're waiting for too long. Oh yeah. So this is what I was gonna say. Since extrude was the last tool we used. To repeat that tool, we just need to press the letter G, and that tool will repeat. So I can go here. This is definitely not a shape. It kind of looks like a sickle, sort of, right? Right there. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of got a hammer look. If I go to offset, scale this in, it's like something went inside. And then if I wanted to get this face and extrude this, or how about this? I want to extrude these faces. So look at the 2 ways I selected it. I just selected it like this, and I selected those faces. Or I can select one, go to hold down shift, tap, tap, and I can get that whole ring like this. Then I can press G again, right? Because G repeated that tool. Go to my thickness. Oh, look, it's out of control. So I need that control. I hold down control. So now, see how much control I have? Because before, woo, wow, wow, it's crazy. Slow it down. Okay. So now it's like this. Yeah. Offset. Cool. Like I said, this is not a shape at all. I mean, well, I guess it, to me, it just looks like a hammer. I don't know why. But yeah, so that's how you would do that's how the extrude tools work. Let me cancel out all this now. And let me show you something else. It's obviously a cube, and I'm going to do something like this. This. Now I'm gonna do Control D. So I'm giving you another one, right? So we have these two identical cubes, right? Now this one over here, I'm gonna do something with the edges, right? And it's called beveling, right? So I'm gonna right click on this edge. I'm gonna right click on this object, go to edge mode. Now this works mainly with cube-like objects. So I'm going to go like this. I'm gonna scan this whole area, or box select, or whatever. How would I say that actually? Let me see. If I hold this mouse over this tool, select tool, yeah, so I guess we can say box select, right? So go like this, then I do shift, right click. Now check this out. Look at this menu, right? It's completely different. There is no extrude polygon or extrude face, right? It's delete edge, paint edges. And you know what? A lot of this stuff we're not even gonna use. We're only gonna use a couple of them, right? Like we might use a merge edge maybe, but not today. But we're definitely gonna use bevel edge. Bevel edge and delete edge. Those are the two that really matter here, right? The rest or whatever, right? So I'm gonna go to bevel edge. Oh, and here's another thing. Shift right click, put edges, edge, edge, edge. Oh, look, more edges. That was an accident. I did that. Edge, edge display. So much edge stuff. Now, if I put it in vertex, right, and do shift right click, vertex, extrude vertex, delete vertex, select vertex, right? Put it in face mode, right? Shift right click, extrude face, wedge face. So shift right click is your like toolbox, it's your central nervous system, it's everything, right? Shift right click. I said all that because oh yeah, edges, right? So I'm going to edge, select all these edges, shift right click, bevel edge. Now look at what happened, right? What edge beveling does is it gives you, it like doubles, it goes along that one edge and then it gives you another edge that runs alongside of it. When you do this bevel, well, let's just see how it works. If we go to fraction, we can see exactly how it's working, right? It's kind of like scaling itself in and out. Now it's kind of wild, right? So somebody answered before. How do we slow it down? How do we give it more control? Whoever answered before, don't answer this time. Somebody
Control.
just say it, just so I know y'all are listening. It makes me feel good.
You hold down control.
Yep. Right. So I'm holding down control on the fraction. Now I'm getting that sweet, nice, smooth control. Right. And then we're segments. Right. Now, when it comes to segments, you always want two or more. You don't ever want this on one. If it's ever like this, you know you're in the wrong world. Right. You're in bizarro land. If you ever are on one segment, two. Yeah, dose. Yeah, two or more. Now depth, what does depth do? I don't even know. Oh, okay. Depth is the amount that this is coming in on the corner. So we can see it. Can I see it right? So if I go, so yeah, you can see what it's doing, right? It's kind of indenting itself. So it's out, now it's in. So we want that, I mean, depending on what you want it out. I don't know what this is right here. I've never used this. Like I said, there's a bunch of stuff in here you won't use. So, no idea. Mittering along, no say. I don't know. Chamfer. Oh, so this is like a hard bevel. So this is like beveling, but it's like giving us the same shape that we had initially. There is no relaxing of the shape. I guess if you do it that way, there's relax, but chamfer on. Yeah. So we would do this, and then we press Q to quit, and now we're here, right? Cool. But now let's say we have this, and we want to make like an extrusion on it. Let's say we want to make something like a table. We want to make an extrusion, but we want to, but we don't have any segments here or edges or whatever, right? So we would need to create our own. Now there's two ways to create edges. First way. No, well, I'll just, yeah, there's two. One of the way, if we go to, since we're doing the shift right click, I want to see something. So if I go to edge mode, it's in edge mode right now. I go shift right click, and let's go to insert edge loop tool, right? So one thing I'm not even gonna let go yet. Just look, insert edge loop tool is right here under shift right click. If I go to edit mesh, and I go to mesh tools. Oh, it's right here in edge mesh tools. Insert edge loop tool, right? And there's a way we can put it on the shelf, which we'll do later. But if I go to insert edge loop and click on this, it gives me this you can see my mouse doesn't have like a tail on it now, right? Now what it does is it gives me, right now it just gave me two, right? So it's selecting for me two edges at a time. And if I click right here, it's gonna give me two edges that are perfectly centered, equal measurements here. And if I do the same thing here, same thing. Now it's on two, right? Because it's set to two, not because I want it to be two. So I'm gonna Control Z, my way back. Now, if I don't want it to be two, and I want it to be, let's say if I want it to be one, and I just want it to be one directly in the middle, or if I want it to be five, and I want it to be five equal spaces. The way you do that is this. You go over here to the tool, right? Which is this right here. It says last used tool. This is what the last tool you use will be right here. I double click on it. I had an issue with this in my other class. It's only on this computer. There's another window that's supposed to pop up. It might show up on you all's screen. Does anybody actually see it on theirs? Because it's not on mine. No? Mounting tool. Yeah, I wish there was a way to actually see this. So does anybody else, when they tap this, does another window come up? Nobody's there? Wait, is my
Yeah.
mute? Okay. Oh, so a window came up on yours?
Yeah.
Now, if you go down, I think there's like three dots there that I forget what they say, but I think it's the bottom one. It's basically you have to click on those dots because I think there's three of them, and one of them will open up an option to put like a number of edge loops in, and that's what will change it. If you put it on one, it'll be in the middle. Put it on two, it'll be like this. But there's a number. I think it's like the third selection. If you click it, you can like then input your own number, Anyway, that number will give divisions onto this. Mine isn't working. Well, I mean, yeah, I just, for whatever reason, that window isn't showing up. Yeah, it's not here. Yeah, my window isn't showing up. So there's that way, and then there's another way to do it, and that is clicking on this knife tool right here that says multi-cut. If you don't see multi-cut, maybe your thing isn't on poly modeling, and multi-cut is also over here in mesh tools, multi-cut. So multi-cut is right there, and multi-cut is right here. So if I click on multi-cut, it has this this little knife, and what's happening is getting close to an edge and it's snapping. Right? So it's snapping. Oh, and but this is how it works, right? You want to hold down control, and if you hold down control, then you get a loop, right? Now, what I'm doing is I'm moving along. What it's doing is this. It's saying, hey, there's a face right here, there's a face right here, there's a face right here. So this is considered like a ring of polygons, kind of. Sort of like a sphere, but you know, it's a box. Let me make more sense out of that. Let's get a cylinder, right? So same thing, if I click on this and I hold down, I get my knife tool, it can snap to the edges. This is without holding down control. So you see control does a lot too. Shift right click and control are common in this program. So I hold down control and it gives me the ring. And then when it gives me the ring now, I can click like this. The only thing about this is that the other one kind of gives it to you mathematically, you know, and so it's even, and this right here is kind of like you're guessing. So let's say if I wanted to make a square this big right here, down here, it would be me guessing. The only way it's not guessing, oh, and here's another lesson, right? If we're gonna delete these edges, we have to delete them, let me do this before I tell you about the delete edge, all right? Just so you'll know. If I wanted to do this even, right? Just like I was saying before, I would have to go here and eyeball it and say, oh, okay, I think it's about that high. Oh, I think it's about that high. I think they're even. But you could also take this right here and say, because this is our cylinder, right? And if we go into this tab right here, we can give it subdivisions along the height. So we can give it like, you know, 2 or whatever we want. So this will be even right here. But this is kind of like the same thing as insert edge loop tool, which you can do after the fact. After I like take it into some, after I start editing this, these options will go away. And you're probably like, what do you mean by that? If I go right here and I go to vertex mode, and then I move these or something like this, then I try to go back here and start trying to manipulate this stuff, it's gonna be all wonky, right? You see we have something on the bottom. So it's kind of like if you don't get that right from the beginning, it's not gonna be right. Okay, sorry, so I got 10 minutes, right? So right now, this is all about the what was it gonna do? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, this is what it was. When I was trying to tell you to get equal increment squares, I guess right there, you can go here, you can give it the 2 subdivisions, the 2 subdivisions in the height, and then you can double click here, And then you can press scale to now get something like this. All right. And then remember I was telling you how to get the faces right here, the ring. Click on one, tap, tap. Now we have the whole ring of faces. I'll press 4 to see so we can see the ring. And then I'll do Control E to extrude. Hold down Control on the thickness. Now look. All right. I'll press 5. And remember, if we keep faces off, now it's like separated like this. And if we go to offset, we can like probably like scale it down. Kind of looks like a gear or something. Yeah, and that's how it is. Okay, so for this environment, check it out. Oh yeah. This is also what I want you to do. Let's say you have some snowmen or whatever. We can just give it a nice little environment. So right now, this is my floor. I'll even like raise it up a little bit just for myself. And check this out. I want to make like a wall with some windows. There's 2 ways I can do it. I'll do both for you. I can get a cube right here. Take this over here. And remember, spacebar, if we tap spacebar once, we get this view, our 4-way view. I mean our yeah, that's right. A 4-way view. I'm over here now. I guess I don't have too much to work with, so I'll just scale this out. So I can scale this out like this. I can take this face, drag it up. And then this is something that I like to do. I'll go in and I'll take the faces. I could also do this with the plane too. Because in the end, all we really need is this right here, right? So I can do it like that, or I can go over here and make a plane, scale this up, and then rotate it, hold down J, test, snap, 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 and then like, you know, use this one. I'll just use this one for now, right? So let's say I want to make a window, right? I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on my knife, and I'm going to, so you see how it works? I'm along this edge. It's moving like that. This edge is moving like that. So I'll click here, 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 here. And now I can click on this and press delete. Now I have a window. Well, let me do that again. Delete, now I have a window. Let's say that window is too big for me. I can go grab vertexes. See, you made this selection right here. Take this, drag up, drag down, or I can take this right here and move this. So if you notice, these dimensions don't change on the edge. I'm just moving this around. All right, so now I'm moving this window around, moving this. So now I'm doing it like this, right? So I'll go like this. I'll put this over here. Now let's say if I wanted to make a bigger window, I can grab this and make a little bigger. That's cool. Let's say I want to make a diamond looking window, just random. I'll take this, take this. I doubt anyone has this, or maybe someone does have this. I want to take something like that, and I can just go delete, or I can delete half of it or something. So we have that. Then I could do something. I'm gonna do something really random now. All right, my name's Will, right? So I'll go in, Q, faces, and I just go like this. I make my W window. It's not a W at all, right? What kind of? It's funky W. It's like, all right. Anyway, so I can delete this too, and then if I want to make that a window or make a wall or whatever, as you can see the back, right? The back is black, which is not good in this instance. So not good, not good, good, not good, not good. Control E, and I'll drag this. Not good, good, right? So now I can have this right here, right click. So now I have myself a little wall cut out. And later on, I can show you how to make windows and all that when we start making our rooms, but this would be how you do that. And then, let me do a table real fast. Because what I want you to do is I want you to have an environment for your snow people, and we're just gonna make a little room for them. So we can have something like this. Let me go to edge. I'll select all these edges, shift right click. Ooh, no, shift right click, bevel edge. Remember, bevels, 2 or more. 2 or more, take that fraction, slim it up. And the reason why is now it has that nice edge with that roll off, as opposed to this, where it's like that jagged edge. That's what beveling does. But I'll show you how to bevel stuff like that later. So we have this right here. Now, if we want some legs, remember, you want to hit the knife tool, bang. We'll hit it over here with the bang. And then hit it right here, bang, boom. Right? So now we have that. We can go in, and I'll take these faces right here, click. Ooh, wait, click, click. That's tricky with that floor there. Click here, right? So I have all 4 of those selected, as we can see right here. Now, what's the shortcut to extrude? Anyone yell it out, please.
Control E.
Yep. Control E. Bring it down. Boom, bang. Beautiful. Now I got myself a table there. Let's do a chair real fast. Super fast. Because the time's running out. But I know how to do this, so I'm going to do it. So I have my chair right here. I'm going to go over here, get my knife tool. Whip. 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 I'll press Q to quit. And go over here, select these, Control E, drag it up. Going over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, Control E, drag down. We have a chair, right? That chair is obviously big as hell compared to that table. So I'm the scale tool right here, put it in. I mean, of course, you'd make a better chair, seeing as this table right here, it's like one of them looks kind of normal, and then we have this weird looking chair. But that would be on you, and you going in with these vertexes. Maybe slimming this up. Maybe slimming this up, moving this back. But as you can see, I'm refining all of this by using these vertexes. Now I'm raising the whole height. And this chair, to be honest with you, I would bevel it. I would go in with the edges. Let's see what we can do. Shift right click, bevel. Oh, remember, look, you see what happened? That's what an N-gon is right there. When I was talking about 1 or 5 more edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's what happens when you don't use 2 or more segments. Because when I use that 2 segments, it makes it correct. So now we have like ourselves a smoother chair to match our smooth table. All right. So yeah, we got less than a minute. So I'm gonna upload this one to the YouTube and mail it out. But yeah, just build that environment, build some tables, some chairs, give me some beveling, and I'll see you all on Wednesday, and I'll show you all how to like put some more stuff in this room. If there are any more questions, just let me know, and I can start another Zoom and answer your questions. Or you could email me. But any questions right now?
I was just gonna say that I finished my snowman project just now, if you wanted to see it.
Okay, how about this? You size it up some more and show it to me next class with the new stuff I taught you this class.
Okay.
Okay.